Bonjour, belle. Hello, beautiful. I'm Patrice, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. So, you want to write, but you're stuck. Today, we are going to be talking about ways to combat writer's block. Yes, we'll throw an uppercut, do a jab, and we'll be like, bip, 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 bip. Okay, so let's get started. Now, this is my creative space. So you see a TV in the background, you've got a microphone right there with your spit blocker. When I feel like I am not being productive in my writer space, and I usually feel very comfortable in my writer space, what I do, which leads us to number one, is I get up and I walk away. Sometimes that might be taking a walk. It might be taking a jog, although I walk more than I jog. It might be hiking, I don't know, climbing a tree. Do something to get your body moving and get active. And sometimes that will spark some type of inspiration that will get you to go and, get moving and get something written. So that's one. Get out, take a walk, run. Okay, maybe not run, but get out and get your steps in. Do something to get those creative juices flowing. Climb a tree. Maybe not this tree, but you could climb a tree. Water your plant. Number two is you can push through. Now, I've done this before. Does this always work for me? No. If it did, then I wouldn't have 8 more for you after this. But I have done it and it has worked on occasion. So when I say push through, this one's probably a little controversial, but it can work. So let me give you an example of when you push through. So if you're pushing through, let's say you're writing a story and you want to you're just stuck. You can't move forward. You know what? I write a little bit of nonsense. Honestly, I do. And then I laugh at myself, and sometimes that helps me to relax. I keep writing nonsense or whatever comes to mind. And before I know it, I'm back on track. That's worked a lot of times. In fact, that worked for me when I was in film school, and one of my professors made it mandatory for us to write in the journal. I would literally write, I have no clue what I'm writing, what I'm talking about. I don't know what to do. And then before I knew it, I had like 3 or 4 ideas in that particular journal entry. So that's number 2, push through. Number 3 is a reward system. So for this one, you can do something as simple as write 2 to 3 pages and then go get yourself a cookie or watch your favorite episode of your favorite TV show. Just one, because you only wrote 2 to 3 pages. Number 4 is to take a nap or a bath or a shower. Why do I say that? Okay, so how many times have you had like this wonderful idea when you get in the bathtub or in the shower when you have nowhere to write it down? I don't know about you, but that happens to me often. So this is something you can do. It gets your body moving, gets you away from the space that you were in, and helps you to kind of relax, and then maybe those ideas will flow. 5, find your motivation. Do you have a favorite book or a favorite show that really helps to get your creative juices flowing? Is there some book that just inspires you to write and create something magnificent? I don't know. If there is, try this one. There is a book that works wonderfully for me, and every time I get an idea, maybe I'm just looking for excuses to read that book over and over again. I don't know. Number 6, pick a different project. Start on something different. You'd be amazed at how many times this works. Now, you can't just keep starting on things, starting something and then stopping and then starting something. No, we can't do that. But what you can do is you can start another project, finish that project, and then come back to where you were stuck. This actually worked for me. Back in 2019 and 2020, I had severe writer's block. I could write small things, but I just couldn't create like long stories. And so it took me a long time. to get past it. Now, I was dealing with a lot of grief at the time, and so that was part of it, and I know it was. But when I found the inspiration, because I dedicated the children's book that I wrote to my aunt who passed away, it kind of helped me to get back into the swing of things. Number 7 is to digest the story. How do you digest a story? Okay, that's easy. If you want to digest a story, first I'd start by reading the story. Then I'd look at your outline. If you don't have an outline, create an outline. You need an outline. An outline helps you to figure out what's going on. And maybe that's the reason why you're stuck, because maybe you don't have an outline. Now, I know some people just kind of swing it and that works for them, but you're stuck and you need to find a creative way to get out of that. So create an outline. Look at your outline. Start analyzing your characters. Look at their motivations. What this is going to do is not only help you digest that story and really understand it, but it might give you some clarity into what you should be writing, because perhaps maybe that's why you're stuck. So digest your story. This next one is kind of crazy, but it might work. Do something unconventional. What is unconventional? Free write. Remember earlier when I said just write whatever? Yeah. So this time, get a piece of paper, free write. This one isn't about any type of pressure. It's not about anything. Just write whatever comes to mind. Now that's different from pushing through, because pushing through, you're actually writing and you are trying to get yourself back on track. With this one, yes, you're trying to get yourself back on track, but you're just free writing, right? So let me give you an example. Story cubes. These are great. If you haven't used story cubes, you haven't lived. You got to go get you some story cubes. So take a look. Basically, there's 9 dice here, right? So you take these out and you just kind of do your little dice thing. And whatever comes up, that's what you write about. Sounds crazy, right? But it's a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, you can make this into a game. Literally, you and your family could make story cubes into a game. And then what? But make sure you get yourself back on track. So we're just gonna roll the die. Ooh, a house. Now, what can we do with a house? Oh, there's a lot that we could write about with a house. Do y'all see that? Wait, right there. Look. Ta-da! The only one that we don't want is the question mark. Oh, we could write about a key. I don't know what that is. Is that an ID or keyboard? We could write something about magic happening in a skyscraper. We could write about aliens. Look at that. Another unconventional thing you can do is switch it up. What I mean by that is, don't start writing from the beginning, write in the middle or at the end. Do you know what you want to happen in your story? If you know how you want your story to end, go ahead and start at the end. Or maybe you don't, but you know what you want to happen in the middle. Start there. It's unconventional, and who knows? That might spark something that gets you to like thinking about, okay, well, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to see what else I can do. Now I've got this idea of what I want to happen in the middle. I can go back and do the beginning. Or you can do the end and then come back to the beginning at the end. It's your story. And that's the fun part, is that you can do what you want to do. Just write for you. Take off the pressure. It might work. Number 9, make a routine. If you have 20 to 30, maybe 40 minutes every day or every other day, make a routine and start writing. So let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can write at 9 p.m. Write at 9 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesday, Thursday, it's a little different. Maybe you have 4:30 p.m. to 5. Take that time, put it on your calendar. I think that's the biggest thing, is that when we have these busy schedules and we can't get everything done, we forget to put it on our calendar because we're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then we don't. And then that time goes by and then you don't have time to write. make a routine. Number 10 is to eliminate distraction. How do you eliminate distraction? This one's a little tricky. So there's a lot of different ways that you can eliminate distraction. So let's first say that you're probably not going to eliminate every distraction, but you can find a quiet place. That's one way. Find a quiet place where you can just work. So maybe you've got a creative space in your home, like this is my creative space and this is where I work. If this isn't working for me, then I might go out to my balcony and sit out there and write. I'll close the door, the sliding glass door, and just try to get some writing done and feel the warmth of the sun, whatever works. That's one way. Sometimes I might go to my car and just jot down notes or record myself. I like to do the talk to text. That works a lot of times for me to just get out what I need to get out. Sometimes I get distracted because I have an idea for another story, but I'm in the middle of one story right now. Write enough of the story that's distracting you down so that you can get back to what you're supposed to be working on. That works great for me. I actually have what's called a concept folder. And when someone suggested that for me years ago, it was like the best thing since sliced bread. So I've been utilizing that as an option. And then if you've got that concept folder, if you go back and you see to where, like, let's say you're having an issue and you're stuck, right? Remember we talked about earlier you being stuck on something and you want to start on another project? Go to that concept folder. But if you're flowing, put what's bothering you in the concept folder so that you can come back to it later. So works both ways. Yeah. Okay guys, so that is 10 ways to combat writer's block. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what you've done to fight writer's block, and if it's a reoccurring thing for you, or if you've maybe had it once, or maybe you don't believe it exists. Let me know. I want to hear from you. Also, I want to hear in the comments what else you want to talk about. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Make certain that you subscribe. Hit the notification button so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.